Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you in another video. All right, so Summer League first game is in the books. Sacramento Kings got the Lakers on this one. Don't ask me what the score was because I'm not in that mode, but I can just loosely react to what I saw there. To be honest with you, I think that it was a lot of jitters. You saw guys taking some poor shots, but ultimately we saw some real things to be encouraged by from some of the guys. I thought that Henson was fantastic. I think he hit like 5 threes, 5 out of 7 if I'm not mistaken. So he looked really good out there. Traore, I think we're going to settle in on Traore, Amel Traore. Of course, that's one of my favorite young prospects that we've picked up. Been talking a lot about him, spoke about him last night. He had a pretty good game, good on the offensive rebounding, showed his athleticism. I was really pleased with what I saw there. Dalton Knecht had a bad shooting night. 3 of 11 for Knecht. Definitely out of character, missed some free throws. He just did not look good out there. But I give him a pass. Of course, I give everybody a pass. It's the first preseason game, but I think it's noteworthy to say that nerves are really a thing. Bronny missed some shots as well. I don't remember exactly what his shot selection was, but he didn't walk away with a great game. But you saw where he can make his money in the passing lanes, as we've talked about. This is somebody who can read passes very well. It looked like his positioning is off when he's playing the passing lanes. It looks like he's out of position, but he reads the pass. When it looks like it's coming his way, he's able to get tips. So he got several tips tonight, a couple steals, if I'm not mistaken, but definitely many, I'd say about 3 or 4 tips off of just reading passes and going the other way. So a lot of his highlights that I watched today, I watched about 10 minutes of Bronny, and he was really getting out the passing lanes like that. That's exactly what I saw mostly. Just him reading passes and then taking pick six, going the other way. So we saw one of those tonight. I thought he made a nice play early on. It was him to Henson to, I think, Castleton. I'm not sure if it was Castleton or someone else finished in the paint, but it was some nice teamwork there. You saw glimpses of good teamwork. Our defense left a lot to be desired as a unit. I did not like what we did out there defensively, but offensively looked pretty solid in the first half particularly. Got to give credit to Max Lewis, who really did most of his damage in the first quarter. I missed a lot of that, but I think he walked away with like 14 points. He looked pretty good out there, out the gate. Colin Castleton looked good at 11 points for the most part, did some good rebounding things, missed some threes, but at least he's attempting them. He did have a lower back issue somewhere in the fourth quarter, but stayed in the game, so we got to keep an eye on that for tomorrow. But, the Sacramento Kings just executed much better. They had a 26-year-old dude out there named Arms, and he went for 32 points. He barely missed like 4 shots. I mean, as we talked about yesterday, I was a little frustrated, to be honest with you, because a dude 26 years old, what the hell are you doing out here, bro? These are hopefuls, people trying to make it, and maybe he's one of them too, but you could just see my argument last night when we were talking about having patience with young players and for-year guys, ultimately being able to do more for you sooner, and then they get measured next to the 19-year-olds who are, fresh off out of school and not really knowing, not having their game refined. It's like they get measured by the same measurements as guys who are 19-year-olds. So for me, it was like, am I impressed with Arm? Yes, he's looking great out here. But what you end up saying is, oh, look at Bronny not playing well. Bronny's like 18, 19 years old. Arms is 26. Holla at me when Bronny's 26. If he's playing like he's playing now, then we got a problem. But it's just not the same measurement, and I just get a little frustrated when I see older guys out there killing it. In the summer league, it's like, bro, you're older than everybody on the court. Of course you're supposed to have 30 points, 32 points. You're supposed to be killing all these people because you're supposed to be 6 years in your NBA career in comparison to a guy like Jalen Hood-Schifino or something like that, who everybody says sucks. You know what I mean? So that was what it was. Arm played great. You had another guy down there with 20 points. He was hitting a lot of shots too. I can't remember exactly what his name is. But Sacramento looked like they were on a string. And they were just riding the 26-year-old hand. I mean, this dude, he's older, man. And so while I'm impressed with him playing well, I also know he's been working on his game for years. And he's trying to get into the league, and that's cool. But should he really be in the summer league? I don't know. I honestly, I'm probably not the judge, but for him to come out and ball out, and he's getting a lot of praise, and I'm happy he's getting his praise. But it's like, this dude is older than everybody on the court by a country mile. So it's just, let everybody else be 26 is basically what I'm saying. Let the 26-year-old should not be measured the same as a 21-year-old, or even a guy like Dalton Connect who's like 23. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, this dude's older than him too. So, I don't know. Maybe I sound like I'm hating, but I just kind of am frustrated with the idea that we just got mollywopped by a 26-year-old rookie or whatever. And it's like, yo, at the end of the day, if we're going to measure our guys and struggle so much, they shouldn't have to go against somebody that's so advanced, and then have it be measured the same way. So that's just my point of view. But nevertheless, he went out there and balled out. That's no discredit to him. You work with what you work with. You work with what you have, and I think this guy deserves a two-way in this league, or even a starting spot. Not a starting spot, but a main spot with the Sacramento Kings. I think he may have earned that. If I'm not mistaken, the Sacramento Kings play again tonight at 7:30. I think they go up against Spain or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but they have another game tonight, if I'm not mistaken. I've never seen that before. But nevertheless, we'll get another look at them. And yeah, man, for me, I just thought that our Summer League team looked like they were going through the first game jitters. A lot of poor shot selection, a lot of miscues on the defensive end, not enough dribble penetration, which is something I want us to look into. I mean, from a personnel standpoint, I don't know that we've addressed that, and that's one of the reasons why Isaiah Collier was somebody who was starting to fly up my draft board as somebody to take a look at, because I realized that we really don't have any dribble penetration players pretty much anywhere on our roster. Outside of LeBron James, there's nobody's putting the ball on the floor. And just diving into the teeth of the defense consistently enough to make you feel like you can get easy buckets. And I think that showed its ugly head today in Summer League rather. So that's kind of how I looked at that. I just felt like if we would have had a little more dribble penetration on a consistent basis from somebody, anybody really, I think it would have opened up a lot for our team. But we were kind of settling for jumpers and not really being able to effectively get in the paint. So I thought that was something that was noticeable to me. All in all, for me, it's just tough to watch this level of basketball personally. That's why I don't watch college ball. That's why I don't watch a lot of other types of overseas ball, because I tend not to be too fun. It tends not to be too fun for me to watch lower level basketball. But at the same time, I think we found something. We found some things that we could really be excited about out there. Henson, for one, I think we talked about last night how many said that his three-point shot was great, but the other aspects of his game wasn't so great. I didn't see too much that made me feel like his other aspects of his game wasn't so great. I think he used his big body well. I think he played defense out there pretty well, and he was one of the most reliable people out there for me. I would have loved to have seen him get the ball a lot more. Our point guard, Kuzi, I thought had some good moments out there. He hit some threes, had about 8 assists. So I'd like to see more from him. Maybe we keep him hanging around in our G League affiliate, because I really like what I saw from Kuzi. Not related to Bob Cousy, but he certainly looked like he was playing like him out there, because in the first half he was making assists happen, ball handling. So in the second half he started having some issues, missing shots, some turnovers and stuff like that. I think they started pressing him a little bit more, but he really stood out for me. I really liked that point guard. So keep an eye open for Kuzi. And I thought it's hard to say, because if I'm going to give a pass to Bronny and Connect for playing poorly, why would I not give a pass to some of the other guys on the team who I thought weren't very good today? But at the end of the day, I think that's what it came down to. I can't tell if they're not very good players, but I can't say many of our guys did not play very well. Some of the names that I'm not familiar with, I don't think they weren't able to showcase themselves in a way that made us feel great out the gate. But it's just one Summer League game. I'm proud of the guys. I thought they put in a good effort. I think they showed some good teamwork at times. think the attitude was good, the body language was good. So, you know, all of those different type of intangible things I thought worked out. And that's kind of what you're measuring in the first summer league game as well. It's not really about how well they execute, because guys don't know one another that well. They're just getting out there. But did they shine? Were they picking each other off the floor? Were they coming together? That type of thing. I thought I saw a lot of that. And so that was encouraging. And I just think the coaching now needs to get back to the drawing board, implement some defensive principles down there for tomorrow. And some, like I said, dribble penetration is something that we should circle as an intentional thing for ourselves. We settle for far too many shots that we shouldn't have. Dalton Knecht's shot selection was very bad. Very bad. I'm just going to be honest with you. However we slice it. I thought he hit a corner three that made me encouraged. Got into the paint a little bit. Laid the ball up here and there, but some of the shots were just, nah. Bronny James, same thing. Shot selection, not very good. Hit a mid-range shot. Had a nice little scoop layup to start. But some of the shots that were taken there, they were just off rhythm, kind of out of nowhere. I think it's going to be important for coaching to kind of zero in and show these guys what a good shot looks like. You know what I mean? And I'm sure they'll get that opportunity as they go forward. You know, so that's not really something that you are too concerned with, but it is something that stood out for me. I thought the shot selection was especially poor from some of our guys. So, yeah, man, I think, you know, at the end of the day, in my mind, a good shot a lot of times is just off of rhythm plays. You know, usually when try to do things on their own early in the shot clock, off the dribble, you know, they try to get to their spots, but it's like off rhythm. Nothing was created for them, nor were they creating for anyone else. And it bricks. That's usually what a bad shot looks like to me. Like to see the ball passed a little more in certain situations. I know guys want to get to their spots. Bronny was getting to his little elbow spot, shooting his mid-range. It's not just about getting to your spot, but more so being a cohesive rhythm. Because a lot of times when we take bad shots, I think Kuzi was also a guy who kind of dribbled into his own three-point shots at times. The ball doesn't go anywhere. He just wants to take a shot at the top of the key because the defense is sagging off. That can be considered a bad shot if you don't hit it, because what ends up happening is the team gets in transition and they score. So I saw a lot of that today from our team. Just got to get guys into a space where they understand what a good shot actually is, and they take them and make them. That's really what it's about. So just the first preseason game, I saw a lot of the fan base. You know, as I was looking at Laker Nation, they were doing a live stream. I was trying to go back and forth there. A lot of people are trolling. That's what I look at it as, is just trolling, saying that, you know, the team sucks, Dalton sucks, Bronny sucks, all this different type of stuff. And it's just the first preseason game. I think people who say that don't realize how much that doesn't age well in a lot of cases. Sometimes guys have great preseasons and then they disappear after that. So not preseason, but summer league doesn't often tell the story. So we just gotta be a little patient. You know what I mean? Trolls are gonna troll, but those of us who are really thinking we're assessing what guys are, it doesn't come off as very intelligent when you say a guy who hasn't had as many reps as another guy. You're comparing them to guys who've been in the league for several years, you know, talking about let's trade our young player because he didn't play well in the first summer league game. I just think it exposes people's lack of understanding of what makes a good player good. It's just reps, practice, cohesiveness with the players they're down there with, having their nerves settled in and things like this. A lot of things that go into making a guy really good. And you got to understand, if a guy is in the NBA for a couple years, he's going to play 82 games. You know how many times 82 goes about? It's a lot of things that get worked out in that process. Just in one season, a guy will come back and be a lot better just for playing 82 games or being around the NBA for 82 games. So it's like if you get a guy who's fresh out of school, you throw him on a summer league game, his very first summer league game, and you expect for him to look as good as a guy who's been in the league for 4 or 5 years, you're exposing yourself when you think that way or you assess things that way. This is what casual really is all about. So try to just more or less coach one another to be patient and to understand what it takes to be good in the NBA and what it looks like when a guy is able to execute as well as you're used to seeing it. It takes reps, it takes experience, it takes practice, much practice, so the guys can work out the kinks and then things can come around easy for them. Muscle memory and all that stuff makes a shot fall better. You can't expect a guy to perform like a superstar in the preseason or in the summer league, man. It's just, you know, we want to be a serious fan base. We don't want people to say that we're a bunch of bozos, but we gotta offset the trolls with some understanding, I guess is what I would say. So that's what I hope to bring, man. That's what I hope to bring. I'm a little frustrated these last couple of days, just overall with the temperament around the team, needing to make trades, people thinking that we need to make trades and having a different opinion. Some of the troll stuff has really been, you know, trying to bother me a little bit, just because I think that people are trying to coerce us into a bad course or a worse course than we're already on. And I just think our team is going to have to just perform as is. I don't think a trade is necessarily imminent. Now, from what I understand, the Lakers are, I don't know how credible this is, but it's just something that's floating around. The Lakers are now interested in Anthony Simons in some Grant trade. If we go for Jeremy Grant, from what I understand, we're now asking for Anthony Simons if we're going to throw in 2 picks and give it to Portland. I like Anthony Simons a lot, a smaller guard, definitely capable of putting up all-star numbers. We've seen him play very well over the last several years. Signed a $100 million contract about 3 years ago. So he's going to be up for free agency either at the end of this year or the end of next year. It's probably like $25 million a year, so it's probably a solid contract from this point. But you're matching a lot of salary when you match Grant and Simons. So you best believe you're going to have to you're going to be sending out a lot, a whole lot to make the salary match. Rui for certain, D'Lo for certain, probably Gabe Vincent as well. I'd imagine they're going to want those 2 picks. I'd imagine they're going to want something else too. So I don't think Anthony Simons is a negative asset in this league. So when you ask for him, you understand that you're going to have to add to the price tag there. And so it's going to be hard to pull that off. I don't know that Portland is interested in moving Simons. They've already moved Brogdon. They still got to wait on Scoot. The jury's out on how good they expect him to be. So I don't know that they're going to want to move Simons at all. You know, maybe we have to give up JHS, something like that. I don't know. But the salary match is going to be a lot, and I'm pretty sure they're going to want pick equity for certain. Probably 2 if they're sending out both of those players. That is not going to be a minor trade. So that's something to think about. What else? Yeah, that's really what I'm hearing right now. I heard other stuff as well, but nothing that's incredibly noteworthy. Philadelphia is still signing people, that's for sure. They're eating up. Between the Philadelphia 76ers and the LA Clippers, they are gobbling up free agency for sure. It's a lot going on there. The Warriors as well, signing a lot of people to try to make up for what they've lost there, which makes all the sense in the world. We have yet to sign any of these people, which is probably okay. Like I said, I don't really think the market was that great for free agents this year. But I do think the Lakers will try to make a trade to get under the salary cap, under that second apron. And what people are coming to understand is that when you're above those aprons, you tend to find yourself without the ability to move around. It messes with your ability to make trades and stuff like that. It's not as simple as you just paying taxes. Now they don't want you to trade with certain teams who are also over that apron and stuff like that. It's just really restrictive. So I think that's also the holdup. But yeah, man, that's really what I got to say, man. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the game for the most part. I can't say I enjoyed it too much, but I did like seeing some of our players out there getting their feet wet. Seeing Bronny's first NBA basket was pretty cool. Dalton Connect, same thing. So we remember these moments. It's not as exciting as the Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram Summer League, which was an all-time great one. But, you know, we're underway, and I think this is a team that's going to play a lot better as it goes forward. So I'm not as frustrated overall with what it was that I saw as I was in the moment when watching it, because it just wasn't great basketball to watch. But, you know, as I said, Armel is looking great out there. Henson looks fantastic. Love the shooting there. I think we got a real sniper. Glad he's on a 2-way. And hopefully Dalton can just kind of settle in, man. Play better. I don't particularly know if I should read into the 3-4-11 or whatever it was that he shot at all, really. Given what I've seen from him in highlights, I don't think this is something we should take too seriously. But it was what it was. He did not look his best tonight. And Bronny, Bronny's a young player who's got to figure it out. He's got to work on a lot of things to be as productive as we ultimately are going to see him become. But I think his athleticism stood out. His playing the passing lane stood out. And ultimately, like what I saw from Bronny, if that mid-range shot starts to fall, you're looking at a very, very productive player. So I think a lot of what people expect from him is understated, I guess is the word. You're kind of expecting less from him than what I think he ultimately will show. And so hopefully he can have a good summer league. We got to stay healthy. Castleton get his back right. And we'll see him tomorrow. I don't know exactly who we play. I think we play Sacramento again tomorrow. So we got to try to do something about arms. That's for damn sure. And that's pretty much it, man. That's really where my head is. Not the greatest game to watch, but ultimately we saw some things there that leave us encouraged and also some things that we know we need to work on for sure. So that's pretty much what I got to say. My name's Video44. Thank you all for watching. I'm out.